Taylor Swift entangled in 400-meter Hollywood lawsuit. Imagine this for a second. The world's biggest pop star, the music industry's most powerful woman, and the icon who's rewriting history with every record she breaks. Suddenly finding herself at the heart of a massive, explosive, and high-stakes legal drama that's not only worth over $400 million, but also threatening to drag her spotless reputation through the gritty legal trenches of Hollywood. How could someone as savvy, calculated, and business-smart as Taylor Swift, who has rebuilt her music empire from the ground up and fought for artist rights with unshakable grace, end up caught in the middle of a legal firestorm that screams financial fraud, broken promises, and betrayal? It all begins not with a dramatic public outburst or a leaked video, but with something far more subtle and far more dangerous. Confidential business talks, whispered negotiations, and sealed contracts involving a media production giant, a group of aggressive investors, and a promise of something revolutionary in the entertainment space. Back in 2020, while the world was distracted by global chaos and while Taylor was making headlines for re-recording her albums and reclaiming her masters, there was another deal quietly bubbling behind the scenes, one that involved turning one of her visual albums into a multi-million-dollar cinematic universe, complete with merchandise, fashion collaborations, documentary rights, and exclusive digital releases. The companies involved pitched the project as a game-changing fusion of music and film, anchored by the star power of Taylor Swift and guaranteed to bring in returns north of $1 billion. And it was this dream, this golden promise, that attracted hundreds of investors to pour in their money. But what those investors didn't know, and what the world would soon find out, is that the man leading this initiative, a now disgraced financier with deep Hollywood ties, was allegedly using forged partnerships, exaggerated claims, and unauthorized celebrity associations to inflate the value of his proposal. Taylor's name, the golden ticket. At the center of this web was one name, Taylor Swift, and though her team insists she never signed off on any final agreement, her name, image, and artistic content were splashed across investment decks, strategic briefs, and promotional emails sent to high-net-worth clients promising them a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be part of a Taylor Swift cinematic legacy. The financier even claimed that Taylor's management was in full support, that contracts were underway, and that A-list directors had been handpicked, all allegedly designed to create hype, draw in funds, and build trust. But what started as exaggerated sales talk soon spiraled into legal danger. Because when millions turned into tens of millions and the promised projects never launched, the investors started asking questions, and it didn't take long before they began pointing fingers at the biggest name associated with the deal, Taylor Swift. Despite the fact that Taylor had reportedly not received a single dollar from the deal, she's now one of the key names dragged into the lawsuit, as the plaintiffs argue that her association, whether official or not, was central to their decision to invest, making her legally connected to the fallout. The $400 million question. And here's where it gets truly staggering. The lawsuit is not just about breach of contract or defamation. It's a full-blown fraud and damages claim totaling more than $400 million. And Taylor's involvement, even if accidental, could end up costing her millions in legal fees, brand damage, and potential settlements. Legal experts say it doesn't matter if she didn't sign a check or cash one. If her likeness was used, if there was any digital or verbal engagement, or if her silence was interpreted as consent, she could face liability, however indirect. It's the price of fame in the age of weaponized celebrity branding, where your image alone can trigger billion-dollar deals, and your silence can become dangerously loud. Taylor's team strikes back. Taylor's team was quick to respond, calling the lawsuit baseless, opportunistic, and an attempt to drag her name into a fraud she never knew about, had no role in, and never approved of. And they claim this is nothing more than an elaborate con artist using her global stardom as a mask for deception. They've submitted counterclaims, demanded the case be dismissed, and even threatened defamation countersuits against the parties involved, hoping to cut off any implication before it touches Taylor's bulletproof brand. But with court documents now showing emails, behind-the-scenes footage, and names of collaborators connected to Taylor's inner circle, the situation may not be as simple as Taylor being an uninvolved victim. Hollywood's dark side exposed. This lawsuit is just the latest in a growing pattern where celebrities, either knowingly or unknowingly, become the face of risky investments, failed tech startups, and content ventures that implode under pressure, leaving reputations shattered and lawsuits flying in every direction. From NFTs gone wrong, to crypto coins endorsed by influencers, to fashion brands backed by stars but built on shaky business models, Hollywood is no longer just about art. It's a battleground of high-stakes business where one wrong association can cost you your legacy. And in Taylor's case, the higher the pedestal, the bigger the fall. Because the media frenzy alone has already triggered headlines globally, with millions wondering, could this lawsuit crack the pristine empire Taylor Swift has built so carefully over 2 decades? The case is expected to enter discovery soon, meaning Taylor's private emails, business contracts, and behind-the-scenes deals could be reviewed in court. And if a judge finds even indirect involvement or brand enrichment from the scheme, financial penalties may follow. Meanwhile, her fans are launching digital defense campaigns, flooding the internet with support while critics and legal hawks watch every move, every court update, and every whisper from her legal team to predict what happens next. Some believe she'll walk away untouched, with her team proving she was an innocent name drop. Others fear this could be the beginning of a long reputational war where Taylor may need to defend more than just her music. So here we are, the girl who wrote All Too Well and sang about heartbreaks in her bedroom, now standing at the edge of a corporate legal drama that's bigger than any breakup and scarier than any tabloid headline. Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, this story is far from over. And tell us in the comments, is Taylor Swift a victim of dirty business? Or did her brand power become too big to ignore?